the city of Plainfield. This is a good day. Not only is it beautiful outside, but we continue to build in the city of Plainfield thanks to our investors, thanks to our team, and we welcome you today. You'll learn more about the project that's happening across the street, 1000 North Avenue, and all of the labor that a number of us did to get that project off the ground. So right now, I would like to do a moment of silence for those lives lost because of the coronavirus. I heard President Biden the other day talk about that we're well over 500,000 deaths, which is greater than some wars that we have been engaged in. So please take a moment of silence with me. Thank you. Thank you very much. I want to introduce our mayor, Mayor Adrian O. Mack, who's been at the forefront of handling the pandemic here in the city of Plainfield. But even though we have a pandemic, we have moved forward in terms of construction and development projects here in the city of Plainfield. We got projects in every ward, and the mayor looked at me one day at the end of 2019 and said, you know what, I want construction all over town. And even in a pandemic, Mayor, we delivered. Thank you. Mayor Adrian O. Mack.
Good morning. Well, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
It is good to see so many people out this afternoon celebrating with us what we describe here in our great city as a renaissance. And before I get into my very brief remarks, I would like to take the opportunity to recognize our elected officials here this afternoon, starting with the great Lieutenant Governor of the state of New Jersey, the Honorable Sheila Oliver. I also want to introduce my good friend, the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, the Honorable Nicholas Katari. Present with us also is our City Councilor, Steve Harkaday. Vice President of the Council, Barry Good. Our second and third Ward Councilor, Joylette Mills Ransom. Third Ward Councilor, Charles McCray. First Ward Councilor, Ashley Davis. Am I missing any? Oh. Fourth Ward Councilor, Stacy Welch. And my favorite person in the Assembly, the Honorable Linda Carter. Are there any members of the Board of Ed here? Well, I do want to recognize all of the elected officials and all of you that are here in attendance. This is a very important day for the city of Plainfield. The weather recognizes that, and so we have sunshine to bless us on this day. We do believe that everyone deserves decent quality housing. And we have been laser focused on providing quality housing to all of the people of the city of Plainfield. And this project that we are about to do the groundbreaking has been in the works for the last few years. And it is a demonstration of the commitment that we have to moving the city forward and doing all that we can to make sure that this city is recognized and continues to be inviting to our developers, our investors, and that they will continue to come here. And so despite the COVID-19 pandemic, we are blessed to be a city that is on the move. As mayor of this great city, revitalizing our transit area has been one of our top priorities, and we will continue to ensure that Plainfield reaches its highest potential as a city of opportunities for everyone. This project is also an example of what is possible when we work together to overcome obstacles. As a result, we were able to reimagine transit-oriented development in our flood zone. And I couldn't be more proud of what we will witness upon the completion of this building. To our Director of Economic Development, Valerie Jackson, and my entire team, thank you for your dedication to implementing the vision of this administration. To Eden Property Company, Bennett Realty and Development, and Iron Ore Properties, thank you for choosing Plainfield. We appreciate you. And finally, I want to extend a very special thank you to our Lieutenant Governor Sheila Oliver for being with us and for taking the time out of her very busy schedule. This could not have been possible without the support of the Governor's office and the approval of the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection. I must tell you, this was a very heavy lift. But through the collaboration and the cooperation of a number of parties and the support that we got from the state, this would not have been possible. It is because of this great collaboration that I am honored to have 1000 North Avenue written into the story of one Plainfield, one future. Thank you, and with that, it gives me great pleasure to present to you our Lieutenant Governor of the state of New Jersey, the Honorable Sheila Oliver.
Well, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
It's always a pleasure to be in the Queen City. And yes, you can give yourselves a hand clap for being in the Queen City. You know, whenever I can't come to Plainfield, I think about the history of this town. And, you know, Plainfield has had a very storied history in our state. I hail from Essex County, and I can remember dating back to the 50s, the 60s, the 70s, all of our Essex County residents were coming and moving to Plainfield, New Jersey. Because Plainfield has always had a very robust residential community. It has always been a destination place for people. And with this development, we are mixing up what we all know is going to help New Jersey restore many of its older suburbs, and that is mixing transit with residential. And I'm going to tell you, Mayor Mack, I'm no stranger to Plainfield, and I have relatives that live in Union County. But when I came into Plainfield today, I think the detail took us a way I've never been before. But was I amazed at the transformation that is happening in the commercial district, the downtown district, to see the facades of the stores and just to see so many stores moving into properties which were once vacant. I think it bodes well for the city of Plainfield that you are well on your way to revitalization. So Mayor Mack, I want to give you a hand clap for that. So we've got 2 train stations, and we know that transit-oriented development gets to be very important. I can remember going back several years when Mayor Mapp had to address the issue that they wanted to do development here, but it was in a flood zone. And I don't think you will appreciate the significance of the Department of Environmental Protection working with the governor's office and working with Mayor Mapp and his team, making this possible. And I would too also like to thank the developers for hanging in there with it, because we're here today because of that. Valerie, it's good to see you here in Plainfield, although Mayor Mack stole you from the city of East Orange. And I'm very happy to see our councilwoman from East Orange, Madam Claiborne, who is here too, Brittany. And I'm sure they're a good addition to your team, Mayor. The apartments that will be built here are going to provide, as the mayor made reference to, a desirable place for people to live. And I'm certain that amenities will be built into the development, and it is going to spur revitalization in this entire area. Because when you have a residential development, then people want to purchase goods and services. They want little cafes and restaurants in their neighborhoods and places where they can buy the things for daily living. So this development, 1000 North, is certainly going to spur development. The other thing that I want you to have an appreciation of is that this is an opportunity zone. And many of you may remember that our senator, Senator Booker, teamed up with Senator Tim Scott from South Carolina, and they were able to convince the former president, as he was revising the tax code, that an initiative like opportunity zones would spur development in challenged communities. I don't know if Valerie has had the opportunity, or Mayor Mack, to meet Dr. Chris Wheeler, who works in the Department of Community Affairs. But for us at DCA, Opportunity Zone Initiative rests in my department, and Dr. Chris Wheeler, I call him my brainiac. He has developed a wonderful rapport with all the opportunity zones around the state. And opportunity zones attract investors and developers. And all around the state, we see that the zones are attracting the attention of investors and developers because it makes it an attractive place to do development, and there is tax credit availability. 1000 North is one of those projects in an opportunity zone. The Plainfield Opportunity Zone is one of the top performers in the state. I'm going to repeat that. Plainfield is one of the top performers in the state's Opportunity Zone initiative. And when we look at the stats, Plainfield's post-designation, the percentage increase in total permitted construction value is evidence that the zone have helped stimulate new activity here. As Lieutenant Governor and Commissioner of the Department of Community Affairs, one of my primary goals is to ensure that we improve the quality of life for residents. And the department was created back in the 70s when municipalities lamented the fact that Trenton was so detached on what was happening on the ground in municipalities. So our various divisions have close relationships, particularly our Division of Local Government Services. And Mayor Mack, we're glad to have you as a member of the Local Finance Board because you understand the workings and the machinations of local government. We work closely with local governments to advance housing and economic development throughout the state. We are the host of the Main Street New Jersey program, the neighborhood revitalization tax credit program, etc. And Plainfield takes a good advantage of everything that we have to offer in DCA. This project is going to attract even more people to the city of Plainfield, and to the developers, I&R and company. I hope this is not the last project that you will do in the city of Plainfield. Let us move forward with Plainfield. It is one of our treasured older suburban communities. It's vibrant, it is vital, and people want to be here. So congratulations to everyone, and Mayor Mack, you know that if there's anything that we can do for you at the department, I'm just a phone call away. And Senator Scuteri, I chuckled when the mayor introduced him because he introduced him as the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee. And I chuckled and said, poor senator. That's a tough job in the Senate. Take care.
Thank you. We thank our Lieutenant Governor. And bringing you remarks in this order, before I turn it back over to our Economic Development Director. And I always say you must always be ready. And so coming up to get some remarks is our Senator from the 22nd Legislative District, Senator Scuteri, followed by Assemblywoman Linda Carter, followed by our Council President, Stephen Hockaday, and then I turn it back over to Bobby Jackson.
Thank you, Mayor. I just have a short 17-page speech. Really, it's just an honor and a privilege to be here to address a few remarks regarding the city of Plainfield, which I've had the privilege of representing in the 22nd Legislative District, along with Linda Carter and Jim Kennedy. Happy to work with Mayor Mack, one of my longest friends in politics and in government. He really has Plainfield at heart. Everything that he does, everything that he brings to us is to try to bring things forward positively for the city of Plainfield. And our partnership cannot be underestimated. I'm happy to provide any type of services that we can for the city of Plainfield, along with Linda Carter and the mayor. And happy to be here today and looking forward to this wonderful new development and many more to come. Mayor, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity. Thank you.
Mayor Mack, Lieutenant Governor, Senator, my partner, all of the amazing Plainfield City Council, having started my career on the Plainfield City Council, and to everyone assembled here. Hello, Plainfield! And I know we gotta get a little bit of excitement up here, because we have some great things going on. Under the leadership of Mayor Mack, you can see we continue to make sure that we stay on the vision, we stay on the focus of really bringing what is necessary here for Plainfield, for us to grow and for us to prosper. So I thank everyone for being here, and I really look forward to making sure that this project gets started, gets finished, and truly is one of our treasures to match many that we already have here in the city of Plainfield. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. The mayor already introduced the council members, so I won't do that again. But I will emphasize how great of a council, city council that we have. It's really all about partnership. Partnership with the mayor's office and his administration. The mayor's done just a wonderful job at revitalizing Plainfield and getting us on the road to recovery. We've experienced many years of disinvestment in our city. And now we've had the benefit of having so much interest in the city of Plainfield. And I'm proud to have, my law school buddy, Josh Mann, in Iron Ore, now come to Plainfield and find that this is a suitable place to invest for the quality, to improve the quality of life for our residents. But none of this happens without the city council. As you can see, we have 6, 7 of our council members here, really active and engaged and questioning and curious council that really wants to see this city move forward. And that's why we're happy to partner with the mayor and his initiatives to move this forward. So thank you. Thank you again to the council. And thank you for the mayor for your bold, ambitious vision. And we look forward to seeing Plainfield become all that we know that it can become.
Before I bring Josh Mann up, I'd like to introduce a couple of developers who started this project initially. And Lieutenant Governor, they do have other projects in the city of Plainfield. So Dennis, Terry, where are you, Dennis? Just raise your hand. And Tyler Bennett. Now, Tyler calls me every Friday night with some issue. He is a thorn in my side. But every Friday, he can't call before Friday night. I don't understand why. But Dennis actually walked DEP through how this could work in terms of getting residents safely out of the flood zone. DEP had a requirement that you had to leave the flood zone by car. Dennis proved that the best egress was by foot and behind the building into the train station tunnel. And he took videos, he walked them through. I appreciate your diligence and the investment you made in all of those meetings with DEP. I also would like to thank the dynamic engineering firm who were able to successfully convince them of all of the technical requirements. So I've known Josh a while. I worked with Josh in East Orange. And so at this time, I'll bring Josh Mann from Iron Ore. Thank you.
Thank you, Valerie. I appreciate it. In law school, I was the poor man's Steve Hockaday. So that is, it's amazing to be here 20 years later, sitting here doing this right now. That's really means a lot to me personally. Thank you to my entire team, Josh Sternberg, Brandon Bofford, my business partners, Brad and Brian, Harold and Josh, another Josh, we can't have enough Joshes, Nastasi Architects, Dynamic Engineering, French Perillo, you can go down the list. You know, this isn't an opportunity zone, and I want to echo you, Lieutenant Governor, because this project is not getting done without opportunity zone capital. It's also a pilot that was negotiated with the City of Plainfield, Mayor and Council. Without that pilot, we are not here today. So all of the partnerships and stuff that you have to go through in order to get here is incredibly important. And people hear about this stuff and you say, oh, well, what really does this mean? It's really meaningful. And because of that, there will be over 200 people who are employed here for the construction jobs, right? You have a dilapidated building that, thank goodness, is going to be on its way down as soon as we can clear the building of asbestos, right? You have a property that's going to be cleaned up. Valerie mentioned the difficulties of building in a flood zone. We figured that out, and a lot of credit again goes to Dennis and Tyler and the team for doing that and getting it through that. So all of the hard work and the years it took to get here is going to result in a building with 120 apartments, a 19,000 square foot amenity deck, 5,000 square feet of interior amenities, and just an absolutely gorgeous design that's going to make a world of difference for this block and the City of Plainfield and all the people who are going to be employed because of it. So I want to thank everybody for the opportunity to be able to speak and to come here. And as another Essex County person invading Plainfield, but it's a great honor. Thank you to the entire team for all of the support and all the hard work. And you know what? I'm even going to thank my lawyer, Matt Schiller, who's here too. So that's not something you do all the time. But thank you, everybody. Greatly appreciate it, and enjoy. Thank you.
Okay, I want to do the final thank yous. Again, thank you to all of our elected officials that are here today, especially the Lieutenant Governor and the Governor's office. Anytime we called, they were responsive and helped to champion this particular project. And I do want to thank you for that. I want to make sure that we thank the council. I have an economic development committee that I meet with once a month of the council, and I really do thank you for your support. I'd like to also just thank all of the mayor's cabinet and their teams that are here today. This is not a solo act. It takes many people to make this work. And so I thank you. I thank you for putting up with me. I'd also like to introduce our business administrator, Abby Levinson. Could you just wave your hand? Abby has been great. She's new, but she helps to remove roadblocks and make sure that things continue to happen. I'd like to thank my staff. I want to just point a few of them out. I'll start with the Director of Planning, Bill Meerstadt. Wave your hand. I believe in giving young people a chance, so we have a new employee, Daniel White. And Daniel just recently got his bachelor's, and so he has worked as an intern in Newark in zoning and in planning. And then I'd also like to recognize Brittany Claybrooks. You heard that she's an East Orange councilwoman, but why she's here is she has a master's in urban planning, and I thank you for your support. Jeanette has been the backbone of groundbreakings and ribbon cuttings, so she's behind the scenes, making those things happen. Again, thank all of you, especially Public Works. Thank you, what can I say? And so we'd like to move across the street to do the ceremonial groundbreaking, hard hats and shovels. I would like to invite all of the elected officials and the developers to take that picture initially, and then we'll have the picture with more people. Thank you.
But before we do that, and since I have to drive home in the same car as my lovely wife, I want to introduce her. You always have to make sure you do the right thing.
1, 2, 3, yay!
Okay, we're taking deposit money on rents right now. Anybody want to give us a